All right, beautiful beings. So here I am to sprinkle a little magic into your world. And so I've had a lot of interesting events around inner child, the divine child, and I could go into so many layers of inner child work. And we have different inner childs from other lifetimes that can come into our experience to show us things, to gift us with things. We can also, if we've experienced a huge amount of trauma, there could be healing that's needed and required. But I want to share this message that came through, and because there's something that's intended to land. So the other day I was moving through my day and I kept getting this picture from when I was about 5 years old, and I'll probably show it below. And I was like, why are these pictures keep being shown to me? So I sat down and I listened and I asked and I said, what are you trying to show me? And I'm also going to touch on these three elements, right? So, and I'm going to go deeper on these on another video, because there's this thing about performance, right? So I want you, when I was thinking about performance, there was three different pathways or energetic signatures that came up around performance. The first one is performing for something. You're performing to gain something from the external reality. So take note where you are doing that, because that's also attached to receiving, and your capacity to receive and what you believe about reality. But I'm going to leave that there. Like I said, I'll go deeper on another one. There is also performance, like we are a performer, maybe an actor, or we'll say an artist in this reality, or something around doing it for the love of doing something. And then there was another one around performance. What was it? Give me 1 second. What was the third? The third one is irrelevant. Yes. Let me find it. Okay. So the other one was performing for people. So just taking notice where any of these are in your experience, where you are performing for something, when you are performing for others and not performing for yourself, and where you are actually performing out of genuine love of doing something. Okay? That's an important, critical part of this. So I'll go back to it. As I was getting the pictures and I sat and asked, I said, what are you trying to show me? And I realized there was still an aspect of my inner child that was needing to be acknowledged. And she showed me the picture and she said, you need to see this. And I was like, okay. And I said, what is it around this? And I said, did we even enjoy doing this? And during that time, there was a lot going on in my reality. I mean, from if I haven't gone in depth in the childhood stuff, but life was very interesting, very confusing. But there was these points in time where the aspect of myself was free and played and enjoyed. And she actually told me she did love doing, my mom had me in tap and dance. And she actually did love it. And I had forgot that she actually loved to do this. She would get all dolled up, and I know there was experiences in my reality that allowed a lot of that stuff that I loved about myself shut down, a lot of my feminine expression. I became a huge tomboy after some critical events in my reality, and I armored up, right? So we have these experiences in our childhood that cause something, maybe the entire world flipped upside down at a point in time, and some of our aspects shut down because we start to want to protect ourselves. And so that was a critical aspect. And then she showed me the points in time where I got to express that. So my teens, 20s, I loved playing with makeup. It was art for me. I would sit in front of the mirror for hours putting on different colors and playing with my makeup. And so she showed me where it was still woven in. And so as I sat and asked questions, she said she actually did like to perform in that way. She did like feeling like a girl and dressing up, and she showed me something pivotal about this, and I want you to also look at this in your own life. And I said, well, what stopped us from being that essence, from being that energy, from expressing that in the world? And she told me, you let everyone else take center stage. So I want you to just let that land for a minute and just breathe in and even reflect on your life. It could be any area of your life where you quit being the center stage of your experience and you allowed others to dictate who you are. You let your reality, you let your experience tell you something about who you are rather than radiating your essence out. So that's a huge piece to this. And I said, all right, thank you for showing me. Thank you for showing me the times I had shut down. Thank you for showing me that I still have that, and it's ready to be expressed in the world. And she showed me herself, and she showed me that she actually enjoys taking center stage. And she's been showing me this, and she's been teaching me this. And so I pose you with the question, where in your own life are you requiring to take up center stage? This life is your masterpiece in this reality. Oh, I'm getting all the chills. This is your performance, and you get to perform it because you love to perform it. And also knowing where the rest of the stuff, where it was performing for others or performing for love or performing in the other forms, needs to start falling away. And is there more to that message? Okay, so as I've been moving through a lot of these aspects, I was even shown a powerful time that allowed for a huge connection piece, a reconnection to my divine essence. And I'm being guided that this will be intended to support others. And so keep an eye out. It's not ready to be solidified here yet, but it's been playing in the background, and it's about to land, and it's about divine child reconnection. And our inner child, or our inner children from other experiences, are wanting to remind us of the magic that we hold, the creative powers, the creative forces we hold. Because at that time, there was no limitation. We weren't influenced by our experience or the external world. And so if you are in resonance to this, and you are ready for that magic to awaken, just keep an eye out for what comes next. And with that, beautiful souls, I am sending you all so much love.